well, even though you don't do fasting. That's why you must have enough sleep. You have to make time and force you to do that. Otherwise, your body won't work that way. Our body has sins, still sinful natures. We have a friendship with this world, so easily fall. We must understand who we are. We are Christians. Our spirits are different. But sometimes we just let body whatever it wants. That's why we walked into sin. We fall. Later resentment. Once or twice, 3 times, forget about it. We leave our faith. God, I'm going to just wander around a year or 2 and then I'll come back. So give me time to enjoy. It is our choice. But don't forget, we are God's children. Because of God's children, we have enemy. If we are not God's children, enemy won't attack us. Why? Because we are on the same side. That's what exactly Jesus told Pharisees. If Satan attacks Satan, do they have a nation? No. They don't attack each other. But what about us? So that is the work of Satan. They deceive us. They deceive us to fight against same Christians. Church versus church. So we need to be aware of that. Especially when your body gets weakened, you can feel that and sense that. How close they are. So you need to prepare and guard yourself. That's why we need to go back to the basics. We need to read and chew and digest well. So sometimes it's like a cow's work, right? When we get hungry, then just take it out again, re-chew it, digest, in the way you can feel the power of God in your life. So that's the second thing. Read the Bible and guard yourself because Satan is out there. To shake us every moment. So thirdly, lastly, avoid religious ostentation. What is ostentation? I use higher vocabulary here. Show up. Okay? When you fast, don't make it obvious as the hypocrites do. Don't display yourself in the public. You know, the Matthew 6:16, Jesus is telling to Pharisees, Jewish lawmakers, what did they do? We all know that, right? They always think about people's eye, how they view me, how they think about me. Am I a good Christian? Am I a mature Christian? So that's the only way to communication. But obviously, they lack communication skills. They don't have to do that. They don't have to say such a thing. But they come to the market every Saturday. Saturday, they don't come, obviously. And they stood at the corner of the market and they shouted, hey, I went to synagogue yesterday and I offered. What else? I repented, and then I fast. So what are they doing? They're boasting about themselves. That's not the way of Christian life. Christians should be. God says, don't be obvious. You need to do just so activities on a daily basis, whatever you do. Just do it, God says. Because I'm the one who's going to give you power to do that. That part, we need to experience that. So someplace in the Bible, comb your hair, wash your face. That's how we should do that. In the way, God is the one who's only one who's going to receive glory from us. But we want to receive glory from other people. So we got to do just daily activities, whatever we do as we do normally, but still in a fast. We are led by the Holy Spirit and communicating with Him. And then, not only is going to give us a reward, but He's going to give us a power to just to live without fruit. For how long? It's up to you. That's why I want you to plan ahead and try out your physical conditions. See, when you do that, God will give you bonus. You know what that is? You don't need Jenny Craig. You don't need to go to the gym. Easily, you'll lose your weight. It's a bonus. But your face will glow. He's the one who's going to give you magnified. So it is just from my experience. So there are other things to take into considerations, but these three things, I want you to take these three things into your consideration when you go into a fast. But when Holy Spirit compels your heart to do that, you will experience great joy, great power, and His blessings. Once in a lifetime, when you do that, Holy Spirit just would come. Every time we need a special time for fasting, and the urgency, we can do it so easily. As I showed you the stats in the early church, they fast on Wednesday and Friday, 2 days a week regularly. And even John Wesley, his brother Charles Wesley, they fast every Wednesday and Friday until 4 p.m. See, through John Wesley, God brought revival, great miracles. So this is not a serious subject, because this is not the command. But when you're willing to do that, God will give you abundant blessings. You know, as a forerunner, this church, we should do it for other people. We don't fear about man's eyes. We fear about God's eyes. Is He pleasing to us?